I'm obscure girl. I like movies. I like weird movies. I like weird, trippy, obscure movies that I feel like no one has seen or is talking about. Whether that be because the marketing was so bad, or because it's just old, or because you're like, I think that was a fever dream I had when I was 5. I'm here to tell you, it wasn't. Let's talk about it. Have I ever mentioned how much I love British humor?
It would be like I was in the Olympics. Bitch, please.
What is it?
Are you the doctor?
Doctor Who?
Not just British humor, but Irish humor as well. I love what I call my Brit shit. I absolutely am obsessed with Dairy Girls.
Some of you may know I took a bit of a sabbatical last year.
Do you mean when you shacked up with a slut hairdresser, but then she dumped you?
Miss Mallon, please. Raise your hand if you want to ask a question.
I think we should just move on.
The hairdresser certainly did.
To the point that when I had first seen Dairy Girls, I immediately called up some of my mom's cousins and was like, have you seen this yet? And if not, could you? Because I need someone to confirm to me that my mom was in fact Michelle as a teenager.
We have to stick together, okay? We have to back each other up.
Ladies.
It was Michelle. It was all Michelle. I'm not going down for something I didn't do. If anyone deserves to get punished, it should be Michelle.
And I recently watched all of Mrs. Brown's Boys.
What, Winnie? It says here you need a visa to enter Jordan.
Jesus, she's getting fussy.
And I absolutely fell in love with the Goes Wrong show.
Never get a mechanic to come all the way out here now, dear.
Get out! Get out!
No, not now. She said now, dear.
Welcome, everyone. Now, I'm aware this may be an uncomfortable meeting. But first, I need you all to sign a copy of these documents.
I made the bed up.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Get out! Get out!
I used to commute to work and I would take the train everywhere, and so I'd just watch a whole bunch of YouTube on the way to the train if I didn't have a book with me. And one day, it's around the holiday season and I'm on the train and I see Peter Pan Goes Wrong. And it's about an hour long, and I immediately am like, okay, it's Peter Pan, like the play. I need to know all about this. It is a family favorite. So I'm checking it out, and within minutes, I'm the loudest person on the train because I'm dying. Like, I almost fell off my seat. I'm laughing so hard. I'm like, oh God, they're going to think I'm crazy. Didn't even care at a certain point. It was hilarious. And with the holidays being all around us, I figured this would be the perfect time for you to hear a little bit about this show and then maybe watch it with your family as you're getting ready for the holiday season. It is definitely a great family watch. So the Goes Wrong show is basically a play within a play kind of a show. It is starring the Cornley Polytechnic Drama Society, which is not real. It's a fake drama society. But it's supposed to be representing a local theater that basically sucks at their job. But one of the guys had an aunt who runs the BBC, and therefore, they get to be the star of that year's Christmas special on BBC One. Sorry if I got the wrong BBC. There's like 80 of them. But I digress. The Christmas special. Big deal over there. And so they're doing Peter Pan, and David Suchet, who used to be Poirot before Kenneth Branagh took that over, is the narrator of the whole thing. And they give a little intro before everything starts to basically introduce them to the whole team. And this is where you get the basis of everything that's about to come and why it's so funny. You've got Chris Bean, the director, who definitely takes himself quite seriously. You also have Robert, who is the lead actor, or at least self-proclaimed lead actor, who also takes things way too seriously when half the time he's pretty much just yelling and being obnoxious. There's also Sandra, who is playing Wendy in this version, and is just wants to be the sexy one on stage. She flounces around, definitely just wants to be seen as sexy. And she's hooking up with the guy who plays Peter Pan. However, the guy, Max, whose aunt, runs the BBC, is madly in love with her. So, already, love triangle, added tension. And you've got Annie, who is the one playing literally every role in between. In the Peter Pan episode alone, she is playing Mrs. Darling, Liza the maid, Tiger Lily, Tinkerbell, and at least one of the pirates too. Uh, yeah, at least those 5 roles just for her. And at the beginning, it's really funny because there's a scene where she's constantly quick changing between Mrs. Darling and Liza, and it's hilarious. Now, again, I really need to stress these guys aren't great actors. And sometimes when things go wrong, they yes and when they shouldn't, and they go full hammer into things when they should maybe just mime around a couple of things or talk it off. No, that's what's so funny about it. You also have the guy who is their like lead tech guy. That's flat out like the second the cameras are rolling, that's my stage. People can stay off of my stage. I got this. When half the time his answer to everything is to either saw it or try to extinguish it. So, God, it's funny. Anyway, I'm rambling already. I'm not going to do a big deep dive into this because I really think you should see it and that the hijinks are what really make this what it is. And so, like, I can say the hijinks, but that's not going to have the same effect if you just watch it. So, bullet points. As I said before, you have David Suchet, who is narrating the whole thing. You have a love triangle between Wendy, Peter Pan, and Michael, who is one of her brothers. You have the character Dennis, who I love so much. He's just this adorable little guy who can never remember his lines because of stage fright. So in Peter Pan, they have him have this giant headset where they're reading out his lines to him to say on stage. So noticeable, it's absolutely hilarious. And also, he keeps picking up other radio signals. So he'll be randomly like spouting out the news or Teletubbies, or he'll say out something he's not supposed to, and you hear him, the director in his ear, "No, Dennis, don't say that out loud! No! God, no!" Oh, absolutely classic. Also, Max, the one who's in love with Sandra, is adorable. Just, again, a sweet, silly little guy. He's, like, insanely tall. But he just loves getting the audience reaction to things. So he will repeat lines and things that he does just to get the audience to laugh or be like, "Aw," or anything. And it's very clear, because, again, these are not professionals, what everyone's background interests are. So you've got Robert, who's in all these background roles, who just wants to steal the entire show from everyone else, whether it makes sense or not. And you've got Dennis just stumbling through the entire thing. And then also you have all of these tech problems. So many tech problems. And it's Peter Pan. You can only imagine. They're in harnesses for like half the show. You can imagine the hijinks that ensue. At one point, the harnesses just end up taking off most of their clothes. So they're standing on stage on live TV in basically their underwear. That kind of humor. It's that kind of humor. And yes, I'm childish, but I absolutely adore it. So then, again, the comedy of you have one character playing like 5 characters and having to switch mid-scene multiple times. You have, like, at one point Peter Pan gets injured, so there's like 3 other people who try to play Peter Pan, and then the ending just goes bonkers. It goes absolutely berserk. I won't say everything that happens, but just know that the pirate ship gets loose and starts crashing through sets in the most meta content imaginable. Teletubbies are involved. So that would be the Peter Pan Goes Wrong, which was my first introduction to this whole franchise. The next year, they got to go again. Kind of. The next year, they had A Christmas Carol Goes Wrong, which is where they weren't given the permission to do the Christmas show again. They end up invading the BBC studio, and Derek Jacobi, who he played the Master in Doctor Who, he was also in this amazing sitcom called Vicious, where he plays that he's in an elderly gay couple with Ian McKellen.
When the time comes, I'm going to so enjoy unplugging you.
Savage. Amazing. I really like my Brit shit, okay? I really do. But he's supposed to play Scrooge, and they legit trank him and hide him somewhere on stage as they take over the studio, the cameras, everything, and redo their own version of Scrooge, which is already hilarious because they're holding the BBC hostage just so they can do their show one more time. And again, everything goes wrong. And this time around, they're playing with green screens. And so they keep accidentally booting up this footage from their drama company's Christmas party, where a whole bunch of misunderstandings happen. And at this point, Max and Sandra have been a thing for about a year, and makes it seem like she's going to break up with him and all this other stuff. Makes it seem like even the director and her might have had a thing going on the side. I won't get too much into it anymore. Watch it. It's so funny. All of these are on YouTube, by the way. Like, even the entire 2 seasons of the show. YouTube. Check it out. It's glorious. And then you also have, like, the whole, like, Robert wants to be Scrooge. And Chris, the director, is playing Scrooge. And he's like, I would have to be completely incapacitated if I was going to let you play Scrooge. So Robert is trying to hurt Chris this entire time. He is trying to take him out in the most vicious ways possible. And it's so funny. Also, Robert has a niece in show named Lucy, who he's constantly saying she's not a good actor. He's also constantly accidentally hurting her in horrible ways. She played Toodles in Peter Pan Gone Wrong, and she ends up in a wheelchair before the end of the show because they drop a tree on her leg. And this one, she's playing Tiny Tim, and he drops something out of a window onto her head. So once again, she's in crutches. This girl does a lot of physical comedy for this poor show for not a lot of lines. But also in the Christmas Carol version, you have Dame Diana Rigg. Yes, Lady Olenna Tyrell. I adore her, if you can't already tell. She's playing Sandra's aunt, who is helping take over as the narrator for the Scrooge play. And that's just also absolutely glorious. And yes, the same thing. At the end, something gets meta, and they end up leaving the studio and going to grocery shopping, and then they accidentally, like, hold up the place because Annie has had a, like, big musket glued to her hand since the opening scenes. There's a lot of stuff with glue mishaps in the Christmas Carol one. Lots of glue. Also fake noses. Also coffins failing. It's really funny. And then also Derek Jacobi just randomly appearing at random moments and then getting taken out one more time. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, and then that ends on a very happy Christmassy note, and God bless us, everyone. I'd like to also throw out there that there is the Goes Wrong show, The Show. So these were the 2 Christmas specials that were done on BBC. Then they have an actual TV show, which is shorter episodes. It's like 30-minute episodes. And they have a little introduction before everyone to kind of let you know in advance what you're getting into as to what's going wrong. So basically every episode has kind of a quirk to it. And the first episode of both seasons is a Christmas episode. The first one is The Spirit of Christmas, where a little girl is sad because her parents might be getting divorced on Christmas, and Santa and his elves come to help cheer her up with her best friend, the snowman, outside. And that one's just hilarious because, you know, one of the elves gets stuck in the chimney and is there pretty much the whole show. Santa they give Santa sherry over there. Instead of cookies and milk, they give him meat pies and booze. And they gave him real booze, so he's just drunk the rest of the show. It is a very, very sloshed Santa, which I absolutely loved. And then the second one is the Nativity, which I can only tell you how bad that got. Oof. I was like, they're brave. Okay. And you have a couple other episodes. There's one that's a courtroom episode where the courtroom, the people that built it were working in centimeters as opposed to inches. And therefore, any scene that's in the courtroom is super tiny. It's like practically a dollhouse that they all have to squeeze in together. There's another episode called 90 Degrees, where once again, the builders thought that was the angle they're supposed to build the set. So one of the rooms that they're in is literally sideways, and they're all holding on for dear life around this kitchen table. The maid is brought down via rope to serve them. Anything with liquid is just flying and knocking people into the face. Absolutely classic stuff right there. Very high art, let me tell you. High art. It's a great show, guys. I definitely recommend it. There are Christmas episodes, there are creepy episodes. There's one called The Pilot, not The Pilot, because it's the first non-Christmas episode. So, like, the pilot episode, haha, except it's about a pilot during World War II with vastly inaccurate information. So it's just really cool. They let you know at the start of every episode kind of what you're getting in for. And then you just get into it. And it's just simple, easy fun that I think you could share with the whole family, pretty much. It is, for the most part, pretty family friendly. And you're just going to laugh a lot. Like a lot. Especially if you have Irish relatives like me that are absolutely going to lose their minds over this. So, I know this hasn't been the longest episode, but it is the holidays. And I'm filming this right before Thanksgiving. So I'm definitely going to be watching this with my family for Thanksgiving. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you give the Goes Wrong show a watch. It's all right here on YouTube. I believe the show itself is also on Prime, but with ads. So I have premium because I live on YouTube. This is where I live. And so I don't have ads. It's nice. But anyway, I've been Obscure Girl. I hope you enjoyed this little mini half me rambling episode, pretty much. And I hope you have had a great holiday, because this will be coming out right after Thanksgiving. So I hope you had your share of tryptophan and have recently recovered from all of the napping. I hope if you like this episode, you might like the video and potentially subscribe to my channel, because I just like to ramble about stuff that you haven't heard of yet. And please subscribe to me. Also, share this out if you think people would like me rambling on and on about a British comedy that you've never heard of. Either way. Oh, and check me out on Patreon. That's the one. Check me out on Patreon. Because I have a Patreon. And if you patron me, then I will say your name on this channel. And also, if you get to a certain tier, then you can help me pick out what I'm going to ramble about next. So, you could do that. I've been Obscure Girl. I swear I'm on my meds. And the rest is confetti.